Welcome back to Rush Hour Reads. Today we're diving into a book that offers a simple yet powerful code for living. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. In this episode, we'll explore 4 key principles that can help you let go of limiting beliefs, transform your mindset, and live with more freedom, joy, and authenticity. Whether you're looking to improve your relationships, reduce stress, or gain a new perspective on life, this episode will give you actionable insights to take with you on your daily commute. Let's get started. The 4 Agreements was first published in 1997 and quickly became a bestseller, drawing inspiration from ancient Toltec wisdom. The Toltecs were an indigenous people from Mexico, and their spiritual knowledge was passed down through generations. Don Miguel Ruiz took this ancient wisdom and distilled it into 4 simple yet transformative agreements or personal commitments that, when practiced, can help you break free from self-limiting beliefs and societal conditioning. The premise of the book is that most of our suffering comes from the agreements we've made, whether consciously or unconsciously, with ourselves, others, and society. These agreements shape how we see the world and how we behave. But the good news is that we can break these old agreements and create new, healthier ones. The 4 agreements Ruiz outlines are tools for doing just that. Let's break them down. Agreement number 1. Be impeccable with your word. The first agreement is, be impeccable with your word. Words are incredibly powerful. They have the ability to create, heal, and inspire, but they can also destroy, harm, and create conflict. Ruiz emphasizes that being impeccable with your word means speaking with integrity and using your words in a way that is aligned with truth and love. This includes how we talk to others and how we talk to ourselves. When we speak negatively or dishonestly, whether it's gossiping, complaining, or criticizing, we contribute to negativity both in our own lives and in the world around us. Ruiz encourages us to recognize the power of our words and use them carefully, focusing on kindness, truth, and positivity. Practical tip: start by paying attention to your inner dialogue. Are you speaking kindly to yourself? During your commute, challenge yourself to spend 5 minutes in silence, reflecting on how you can be more mindful of the words you speak, both to yourself and others. Agreement number 2. Don't take anything personally. The second agreement is a game changer. Don't take anything personally. Ruiz explains that what others say and do is a reflection of their own reality, not yours. When someone criticizes or praises you, it says more about their beliefs and perceptions than it does about you. When we take things personally, we give away our power by letting others' opinions dictate how we feel about ourselves. Ruiz encourages us to recognize that we are not responsible for others' actions or opinions, only for our own responses. By adopting this mindset, we free ourselves from the emotional roller coaster of seeking validation or feeling hurt by others' words and actions. Practical tip: if someone's behavior bothers you, instead of reacting defensively, remind yourself, this isn't about me. Practice detaching from the emotional impact and observe how it changes your interactions. Agreement number 3. Don't make assumptions. The third agreement is, don't make assumptions. Ruiz points out that so much of our stress and conflict comes from assumptions. When we assume others understand us, or when we think we know what someone else is thinking or feeling. These assumptions often lead to misunderstandings and hurt feelings because they are based on our own interpretations, not actual facts. The key here is to communicate clearly. Instead of assuming others know what you want, feel, or think, Ruiz advises asking questions and seeking clarity. When we stop making assumptions, we stop creating unnecessary drama and confusion in our lives. Practical tip: next time you're in a situation where you feel frustrated or confused, instead of assuming, ask a question. For example, if a coworker hasn't responded to your email, instead of assuming they're ignoring you, reach out and ask if they've had a chance to see it. Agreement number 4. Always do your best. Finally, The fourth agreement is always do your best. Ruiz explains that this agreement is about effort, not perfection. Your best will vary from day to day depending on circumstances, whether you're feeling energetic or exhausted, focused or distracted. What matters is that you put in your best effort at any given moment without self-judgment or regret. When you consistently do your best, you can avoid self-criticism and guilt because you know that, regardless of the outcome, you gave it your all. This agreement is about self-compassion and recognizing that your best is enough. Practical tip. Take a moment during your commute to reflect on how you can apply this agreement today. Is there a task at work or a personal project where you can give your best effort without stressing about perfection? Now that we've covered the 4 agreements, let's talk about how you can integrate them into your daily life, especially during your busy commute or workday. Mindful communication. Whether it's an email, a conversation, or a text message, start practicing impeccable speech. Before hitting send or saying something, pause for a second to ensure that your words are kind, truthful, and constructive. Emotional detachment. The next time someone cuts you off in traffic or responds harshly to a message, remind yourself not to take it personally. It's their reaction, not yours. This simple mental shift can save you a lot of stress. Clarity in relationships. Instead of making assumptions about why a friend didn't call back or why a colleague seemed distracted, ask open-ended questions. You'll find that clear communication often resolves misunderstandings before they even start. Effort, not perfection. Finally, remember to always do your best, especially on tough days. It's easy to get caught up in trying to be perfect, but focusing on consistent effort rather than perfect outcomes will lead to more fulfillment and less stress. To wrap up, the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz offers a simple yet profound guide for living with more freedom, authenticity, and inner peace. By being impeccable with your word, not taking things personally, avoiding assumptions, and always doing your best, you can break free from limiting beliefs and transform how you interact with the world. For me, one of the biggest takeaways is the second agreement. Don't take anything personally. It's helped me let go of the need for validation and has made my relationships so much healthier. Which agreement resonated most with you? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Next week, we'll be diving into Grit by Angela Duckworth, a book all about perseverance and passion. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And as always, feel free to share your feedback or leave a review. Thanks for joining me on Rush Hour Reads. I hope you found today's episode on the 4 Agreements helpful and that you can start applying these principles in your life. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share with friends who could benefit from these timeless teachings. Stay tuned for more insightful reads. And until next time, this is Rush Hour Reads, reminding you to live fully, live freely, and always do your best.